Hi survivors, it's me Purple Zan reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well, because what's going on in this world is not. I'm out here doing my walks, and I really don't like to disclose my locations where I be, so if you guys don't mind, please excuse the quality of this video so I won't show my whereabouts. I want to talk to you guys about the state of the world, well, particularly in this country, from what I've been experiencing and what I've been witnessing from traveling the last couple of years throughout this pandemic, and particularly the last, I'm gonna say the last 4 to 5 months. Y'all, it's really, really bad. I know a lot of people may not think it's as bad as we say it is, or a lot of us seem that it is, for lack of a better word, but it's really, really awful. A lot of people don't get around like that, and I don't blame them. I mean, in regards to not trying to, be here and there and stay out the way, because I think that's very wise to do. So you have some people who are still, like in isolation from people and from places and things because of the climate in which we're living in. And since the beginning of this pandemic, with them allegedly, with these illnesses and with the weather, with the crime, with the inflation, you just have a lot of people staying out the way, and I don't blame them. But for those of you who just really don't know what's going on, I want to share some things with y'all from the things that what I've been seeing from city to city, state to state. I've traveled to a lot of different places, and I don't really like to disclose a lot of them. Most of y'all know, well, like some of the main places I have to be, but from what I've been seeing, I'm talking about through at least, at least through from 15 to 20 states here in this country, how bad things are. And the places I haven't been, there have been people telling me how bad things are there. And I believe them, y'all, I'm telling you. Most places that I've been, a lot of people have lost their minds. People who were sane before 2020. A lot of people have lost their minds. Then you have people who are already homeless and mentally ill. They're worse. They're more violent. You have people since the beginning of this pandemic and with these ugly agendas who have lost their jobs, who have lost their homes, who have lost their families. I'm talking to once married people, once married women, once married men. And when that pandemic came and they lost their jobs and stuff, then there were disputes in their households with their spouses, and they end up leaving one another. Y'all, was all planned for this to happen, I'm telling you. Then I'm gonna get back on that, but I just don't want to forget. I should have written a lot of these things down, just so busy. Then I'm seeing a lot of people who are sane but on the cusp of breaking down, or some of them are not on the cusp of breaking down. They're walking around with guns and weapons because of the ways of the world now and how things have gotten so corrupt and violent. I was, when I walk long hours, if I don't want to walk back because my legs are tired or because I'm tired or whatever the case may be, I'll get on public transportation. And sometimes I just take public transportation so I can exercise, But I'm talking, y'all know I'm a people person, so I like to talk to people. And I'm telling you, I mean people with guns on the buses, guns on the trains. This is no lie. And I'm like, and if I wouldn't knew it, I wouldn't have known it if I wasn't talking to him. This one lady, she was a white lady. She was really nice. She got on the bus. She was like speaking to everybody. Because y'all know in the South, that's what we do. We speak, So she get on, she's saying hello to everybody. Before she got on the bus, it was this guy. He was acting real crazy, like going up to people, all that. So, of course I'm paying attention to him. I don't want him to come up on me and I'm not aware. You have to be careful. You want to help them, but you have to be careful with them too, because they could be really violent. And they'll do something to you. I seen people help them people and then they turn around and do something to them. So anyway, she speaks to everybody. And then the guy that I'm talking about, he started acting crazy. And he started acting like he was coming up on her. She whipped out a big blade so quick. She said, okay, now y'all think I'm nice. She said, I am. She said, but I don't play no games. She said, I'm about to cut him. And she was about to cut him. But I was talking to her before she whipped out her knife. I said, I would have never thought that, expected that coming from you. She said, let me tell you something. She said, these days, she said, I don't go anywhere without my weapon. She said, I don't go anywhere without it. She said, it's just too much going on. And she said, it's gotten too bad out here. And I was like, you're right. I was on the train. And then I was talking to this guy. And he was telling me about how he packed his backpack was heavy. And I said, why your backpack so heavy? And he said, because I keep a gun with me all the time. I'm like, oh my God. He said, all times. He said, man, I be on these trains. And he said, people come up to me, they'll try to snatch my jewelry off or, you know, they'll do something. He said, and I have to defend and protect myself. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's a hot mess out here. It's really, really bad. It's really, really bad. Then, you talking about this food. Y'all, this food ain't what y'all think it is. I'm telling y'all now. I have to say allegedly. But I'm talking about if y'all going out to eat, you better be careful. What you buying in that market, you better be careful. I even had people tell me some of the meat and some of the stuff they bought in the market didn't taste like what the market said it was. I'm gonna say allegedly. And I shouldn't be talking like that on here because I could make myself a target to these big billion-dollar, trillion-dollar industries. They don't want people to really know what's going on. And my loved one told me they went out to eat. And I tell y'all, if it don't look like a chicken or look like a steak or look like a fish, don't bother with it. And even sometimes if it look like it, because I'm hearing they got some stuff in these labs to make this stuff look like what it's supposed to be, but it isn't what it is, right? So they order it, and the restaurant said it was beef, and they said they went to bite into it and taste it. It didn't taste nothing like no beef. That's what they said. So I'm telling you guys now, be careful with the meat, be careful with the food, be careful with your whereabouts. And then this weather. Oh my God, the weather. The weather from city to city, state to state. It's crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all now, it's real, real crazy. Now in Texas, it's cold in March in a lot of areas. Then you're seeing all these erratic storms just popping up. Never happened before. A lot of places which right now the climate is usually warm, it's cold. A lot of places that don't get these types of storms like out there in California with that snow and all that, they usually don't happen. I've been trying to tell y'all about this weather, man, for years. It's getting worse. And most of all, from city to city, state to state, people have been displaced. People don't have homes to go to. People don't have jobs. People don't have vehicles they can sleep in. They're just out on the streets. And they doing God knows what and how to survive. It's really, really bad out here. And there's a lot of other things I haven't even spoke about. About how some of these people were telling me, the people who have found themselves homeless in the last couple of years were saying how they was trying to stay in hotels and hustle up the money like day to day, like either begging for money on the streets or doing like little side jobs or whatever, and they pay for the hotel. And sometimes the hotel, they'll come to the hotel and then their door be locked. And then they can't get anybody at the front desk. Either people are gone, they rent it out to somebody else, or they purposely lock them out. They call the police and the police say, oh, this is a civil matter. You got to take this up in court. And they knowing these people can't take it to court because they don't have the money, the resources, you know, or the time. It's a lot of ugly stuff going on out here, y'all, and these people are getting away with it. I'm hearing people telling me about stuff they landlord doing to them, like bullying them out their house because they can't pay the excessive increased fee of the rent, which they've been there for years, and they've been paying their rent all these years. That's why I tell y'all, ain't nothing like owning something. It's nothing like owning something where people can't put you out. Yeah, you might have to pay them taxes once a year, but I'd rather pay them taxes once a year than be paying every month, and then you still don't have no power of nothing of what you're doing, and you still don't own nothing. Saying because they couldn't afford the rent increases, how the landlord come take all their stuff out, lock them out, or bully them out in some kind of violent way, you know, where they be scared for their life and they just leave. Y'all, it's all kinds of stuff going on out here. And we don't even mention what these companies are doing to people, what these banks are doing to people. Y'all be careful. We all need to be careful. We all need to be careful. Watch our spending and watch our time and what we're doing and how we're doing. And try to stay prepared as possible. Keep a bunch of food, keep your house clean if God, you know, you're still blessed and fortunate to have one, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people who had homes for years don't have it anymore. A lot of people who had transportation don't have it anymore. A lot of people who had money don't have it anymore, y'all. And it's gonna get worse out here before it get better. Try to prep as much as you can and put up as much as you can, you know, and get rid of all the debt as much as you can. Things that you really don't need that you're paying for, stop it, you know. It's really critical, real critical out here. And I have yet to even break the ice on all the stuff I saw, y'all. And all the stuff I've been seeing. All on the airplanes, people going crazy. You way up in the air, you can't do nothing. All on these buses and trains. I'm talking about like Amtrak and Greyhound, man. I'm talking about some bad stuff was happening. My friend was on a Greyhound bus the other day. They had a layover in Washington, D.C. Didn't even tell them they had a layover. It was in the middle of the night. It was like 14 degrees out there. Left them people at a bus down, the Greyhound station downtown in Washington, D.C. And the Greyhound station wasn't even open. The only thing that was open was the bathroom. The bathroom was filthy and left them people out there for like 7-8 hours in the freezing cold. And them people paying $200 and $300 for their ticket to get to where they got to go. Greyhound been doing bad stuff to people, man. This is not the first time. I used to ride Greyhound, so I know these people not lying. It's a lot of bad stuff that people can't get their money back or stranded places. Y'all be careful, like I tried to tell y'all. If you can, stay put where you are. You don't want to be traveling or be somewhere far away from your friends and family and something go down. Or you don't have access to your preps and stuff. If you can help it and you don't have to travel, don't do it. Don't do it. I hate that I was having to do it, and I have to do it at times because of, you know, real estate and stuff I've invested in and these different places and business I have to tend to. But I've been really trying to lately get rid of most of it, sell things, you know, so I can stop it, because it's getting it's really time now to like stay out the way. Like honestly, y'all, we have to all be careful out here. Y'all, please follow me on Patreon for real, raw, uncut, unfiltered content. And if you're looking for land in bug-out areas, I have some for sale and for lease in Texas. And as always, watch this world, watch the weather, smell your water, boil your water before you use it. Please send me your email address to purpozan.com, scroll down. And always keep surviving, purpozan.com.